Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Pastor.
Good morning. Good morning. We're so glad to have this opportunity. Here we are with another opportunity to look at the coming of a new year. We are right at the verge of moving into a new year, 2024. And this is Christmas Eve and Christmas. What you think about Christmas? How do you feel about Christmas? What Christmas is all about in your thinking? What is Christmas all about in your thinking? Again, our subject life, 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 life. When it comes to the subject life, it covers everything concerning us because life is what we are. The piece of life that you are has to be developed, has to be. If I got something, I need to know what I got. Or if I am something, I need to know what I am. And so, and this is one of the reasons why I'm focusing on life, because if we ever get it, if we ever really look at life, because life is what we are, we got a serious task ahead of us. And I want this coming year, to be a year where we could really allow life to happen to us. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take, so make up your mind now. We're going to really work on this thing and allow it to be seen by those around us. We're going to work on it to the point where I am what God says I am. And I don't have to tell nobody because my the fruit filled life tells on me all the time. We're going to allow the fruit filled life, the full fledged life, to tell on us. It's one thing to say something, but it's another thing. So we got a task ahead of us, and we are winners. We gonna win, but it's gonna take us digging a lot deeper. So again, Christmas. What is Christmas all about when it comes to you? How do you see Christmas? What is Christmas gonna be for you this year? Tomorrow is Christmas Day. And as a song said, give love on Christmas Day. And y'all know the rest. Give love. Those are the words, part of the words. Give love on Christmas Day. But what if I am love? Love is one of my fruit. It should be a year round thing. A lot of times we narrow everything down to this season in December, and then we just let it go. But then, even when we narrow it down, a lot of times it's not about the real deal, it's not about the real gist of what Christmas is about. So, what should be in your mind? How should you be looking at Christmas? What should be your attitude in this season? Some things took place, made some things possible for us, but can I appreciate what has been made possible? Because what has been made possible is not necessarily a manifestation of us. What God made possible may not be a reality of ours. And this is what I want us to realize, that look, and 2024, it's got to be about me realizing, or me or you and I experiencing the real reality of who we are, the full-fledged life, the fruit-filled life. Christmas is all about giving. Christmas is about giving, and it's about love. It's a season of love, but it shouldn't be just 1 month of the year. Christmas is about giving, but not giving so much out of your pocket. It's about giving you to others, giving yourself to others. We really do bad in that area. We don't even love to get together like we used to, or maybe have never liked to get together. But that's a part of your process. You got to be able to get together and like it. You got to be able to get together and enjoy it because you bring so much to the table. And people need that. I need to see you. You need to see me, especially when we're bringing to the table a fruit-filled life, a full-fledged life. That's a life, a full-fledged life is a life beyond a human being life. We talked about love, the human sense love, and the divine love. The divine life and the human sense life. The human sense life is what we pretty much have settled for. Our struggle is getting away from it. Our non-stop struggle is getting completely away from a human sense life. We live out of our human sense. We live from a lower place. The higher life is your real life. But how devoted, how committed are you to allowing the full-fledged life to happen? How committed are you? Because if we don't deal with this, if we as individuals don't deal with it, we're gonna get stuck. We're gonna be stuck right where we are if we live, if we're still here. You know, 1 million people didn't get up this morning. 1 million people didn't live to see this day. And probably more. 1 million people did not get to see this day alive. And we just take it for granted. We take it for granted. It's no big deal. It's another day. And we're already looking at the next day, what it's going to be like. This one done moved in. We got this one. Now, what's next week? What Christmas Day going to be like? We don't express, we don't allow the expression of the real I am, and we take it for granted. I mean, that should be, just like this morning. Just think if you wasn't alive, that would be it. If you didn't get up this morning, and what should you do when you get up in the morning? When you get up, you should smile and say, I'm alive. Oh God, I think I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive again. Here it is another day and I'm alive. What am I going to do with this? Am I going to do the same old stuff that I normally do? Or is this thing going to get serious enough to where, I'm going to do different? Matter of fact, I'm going to do awareness doing, consciousness doing. I'm going to do today and every day is going to be conscious doing. I'm going to consciously do what I do. Why? Because I'm alive again. Another day, I'm alive. You should smile and say, I'm alive, with an opportunity to give myself, give the real I am. Not just give myself, but give the real. See, it's one thing to give, but what are you giving? Are you giving the real you, or are you just giving What you got? I'm just giving what I am. And it's all coming from a human sense of life. We are so overwhelmed with this human sense of life, and that's what we bring to the table 24/7 in most cases, if not all cases. This is what we bring into the table. Look, we cannot afford a whole nother year if that's if we wake up in the morning. I mean, this is what we're up against. You ain't got but so many heartbeats. And how many more do we have left? And still not trying to do any better, because there's a purpose you're here. The purpose you're here is to be a fruit-filled being that shows off or allow its fruit to be seen. That's what you're here for. Do I see your fruit? Do I see the proper fruit? You know, a lot of times we got fruit, but do we see the proper fruit from one another? And it should be I'm doing it just to do it and trying to fake it. It should be automatic because of what's operating in and out of me. Because I'm a child of God. There's some things that we're not taking serious anymore. The most important things. We don't take them serious like we should, because there's no urgency for involvement. There's no real desire for involvement, for participation. You ain't got to overdo it, but when you do something, it should be with all my heart. We're gonna get together. Oh wow, don't get together that much, but I'm gonna make it the best time. I'm gonna give people the best that I am, and I'm working on staying out of the way so the best that I am can happen. My conversations that comes from, this thing ain't gonna work if you got a lot of conversation that's coming from the human sense world. Because see, you don't need an enemy, because you are your enemy. When your conversation is all about everybody else and how they don't measure up and where they don't mess up, where they don't come up on the level they should, and how they do things and what they, none of that stuff should be a conversation of yours. It shouldn't be about what somebody else is doing. It should be all about you allowing life to happen through you. You allowing life to happen through you. Are you a little more pleasant to be around? Am I going to be one that is more pleasant to be around this coming year? Am I one that will be kind this coming year? Be really kind to those that are around me? Will I be one that has self-control? If you ain't working on this, you ain't doing that. Not when it comes to what you really are. You're gonna have to allow, and back to the process. Am I really sticking to my process? We laid out one. How serious is the process? Do I follow the process? So this coming year, we talked about it. We introduced it to you. And 2023, 2024, it's got to be action. It's going to have to be action. And everybody that want to be left behind, they have that choice. But this coming year, we're gonna have to get out of the stuck place we are. We're stuck. Ain't serious about ourselves. This ain't about being serious about somebody else. If you ever serious about you, because most of the time the reason we don't want to give ourselves because we ain't serious about ourselves. Why would I want to give myself to others when I'm not even proud of myself? Are you proud of yourself? Because you've been really working on you so that life can happen to the point that you are a full-fledged life or you are a fruit-filled life? Do you have joy? Do you have love? What is love? We've been love. See, the thing about love, and we're going to get back into love because if you don't understand love, the love that we're talking about divine love. We're not talking about human sense love. Divine love has the ability or have the power to give you proper vision. Divine love gives you proper vision. You get to see people right. And you get to see through all of that stuff and all that baggage that we carry. You're able to see through it. But I mean, if I'm not working on me, I can't see nothing but the garbage and the weight that everybody. That's all I see. I can't see through nothing. I can't see through the appearances. See, a lot of when a thing appear to be a certain way, you need to know what the real deal is. You can't just go with the appearance. I know you have experienced an appearance thinking it's one thing and come to find out it's not that at all. Or it wasn't that at all. I saw this appearance. This appearance appeared to me and I thought it was this and I thought it was that and found out that it wasn't that at all. We got to get on the cutting edge and appreciate the life that we are. I'm alive. Just think if you wasn't alive this morning. If you wasn't alive this morning, what could you appreciate? What could you do? Here you are with another opportunity and you are alive. Another opportunity of life. You're alive this morning. That's enough to be so grateful for another day. I'm so grateful. Christmas is all about love and giving. But what are we giving? What are we giving? We a lot of times we give and what we're giving, it's not our best. What we're giving is not the requirement. It's the opposite of what is required. What we're giving don't cut the mustard. The season of giving. What do we think? What do we think? What is on our mind? What attitude we have? This is the season of giving. The season of giving. And the thing about it, we don't have nothing but one thing to give. We didn't come here with nothing. We entered this world with nothing. Nothing but one thing. We entered this world with nothing but one thing. Ourselves. We can offer ourselves. Just think if we was to offer ourselves to our new nature, our new life, this piece of life that we are. So the possibility, life as a possibility, is almost a guaranteed thing. Entered this world with nothing but ourselves. And we are so disappointed in ourselves, we don't even want to give that. I don't want to give myself. If I was to give myself, you're going to be offended. If I was to give myself, you're going to be shocked. If I was to give myself, I would do damage to you. That's if you couldn't handle it. If I was to give my real self, I really need 2024 should be when I give myself, I'm giving myself. I'm not giving you a dressed up mask. I'm not giving you a phony me, a human sense me. It's our nature when we don't have the proper nature, if we haven't embraced our new nature, it's our nature to give out selfish stuff that we want. You know, my appeal to you, my appearance to you is all about what I can get. What I can get from you. What I can get that you got. How can I satisfy me when I pursue you? It's not about satisfying you. It's about satisfying me. And this is what we bring to the table. And if we don't do any better, that's all we're going to have 2024 headed toward 2025. That's all we do. If we, listen, gear up, get ready. If God bless us to live through a brand new year, let us make this year the best year we have ever experienced. Let's get the filth out. We talked about the filth and we still holding on to it. Still got suitcases of that stuff, still hanging around. And every time we need to pop one of those suitcases, we pop them open and grab us something out of there to act like a fool all over again. Because we never gave it up. We put it in the closet. You got to get that stuff out of the closet. You got to get the filth out, put it in the backyard and burn it. Get rid of it. To see it no more, to mess with it no more. So I'm encouraging all of us. Look, life is about joy. Life is about kindness. Life is about patience. Life is about faithfulness. Life is about self-control. Life is about pleasantness, kindness. Life is about love, but divine love, divine joy, divine pleasantness. But this love gives you the ability to see right. See, when you see a person based on real love, you see them for what they are, not what they appear to be. You see them for what they are, not what they appear to be. Because you are what you are, even if you don't appear to be what you are. Even if you don't manifest the real reality of what you are. You are what you are. You didn't make yourself. God made you. And here we are, another Christmas Eve. Alive. Praise God. Alive. 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 Let's do some lively things. Let's do some things that are of life. We got this coming next Sunday. We're coming together. You ought to bring somebody with you. But it's sad when you're struggling to get there. It's really sad because you need this even if you don't want it, and you need this. You need a reality of the life of what you are. You need it even if you don't think you need it. You need a whole nother level of life and being alive. Let's do some lively things. Not some sinful stuff, but some lively things. You're brave when you can just give yourself. Look, I'm not looking for nothing. See, that's what real love is. Real love don't need anything back. Real love expresses itself with no expectation of a return. The Bible said there's no greater love than a man denying himself of his stuff for a minute to help somebody else be blessed. It's no greater love. So what is our intentions? What is our motive in when we come together? Am I coming out of a struggle? Am I coming out of what am I bringing? What am I bringing to the table? Am I bringing some joy? Am I bringing some love? Am I bringing some pleasantness? When you show up, are you pleasant to be around? You need to do this for you, not for somebody else. You need to do this for you. Because if you don't do it, you're setting yourself up to fall short of a full-fledged life. Now, maybe you don't want a full-fledged life, but at least get a bigger piece for your sake. Maybe that's not what you're striving for, a fruit-filled life, but at least get some fruit and work with them for the rest of your life. And people can say, hey, at least they had some fruit. They had, they had about four pieces, and was still trying to grow. But I mean, we got to have some fruit that actually come from this piece of life that we are, this divine life that we are. So I'm challenging everybody that hear this message, wherever they are, get excited about this coming Sunday. If you are alive, you ought to be smiling and you ought to be excited. If you are alive, this coming Sunday, the 31st, we're having our service at the church, 2721 Rainbow Drive in West Columbia at 10:30. We're having a service so that I can give you me. And so you can give me you. That's all you got. We entered this world with nothing but ourselves. And see, when I say but ourselves, that's not a bad thing, y'all. But ourselves. We entered this world with nothing but ourselves. That's a good thing, because if you ever realize the real you, it's not a bad thing at all. The real you is pleasant to be around. The real you is divine love. The real you is joy. The real you is self-control. I don't have to worry about, I can trust you. I can trust you. You know, it's rough when you're around people that you can't even turn your back. You done got bumped in the head. But I can't even trust you. A lot of the stuff we just got to deliberately do it. We just got to do it. We got to do conscious doing. Conscious doing. I got to do it until it becomes a part of me. It becomes my nature. God will make it that way. But he's looking for somebody that want this voluntarily wants it, not forced on you. You have to position yourself. That's why involvement is, when when you are a part of something, the YSS Club, that foundation is nothing but a means to a bliss. It's a means to a super blessing. It's just a means to everlasting life. It's just a means to a fruit-filled life. The process is just a means. Now, if I don't take the process serious, I'll never experience this bliss life that's on the other end of that. I got to press past these old habits that I've taken up. I'm not even willing to be involved or make myself available or participate or even come up with some suggestions. Let's get together. It ain't nothing but, hey, once every month, all of us that is a part of the YSS Club, meet somewhere. We could actually have a club and wouldn't even have to pay a bunch of money. Just everybody gonna go out and eat and enjoy one another, appreciate one another. We can have a club where we donate to our club and we can pay for our food out of our club. There's so many wonderful things that we could be doing because we are alive. Whoa, man, you're alive. What you gonna do with being alive? We act like we dead week after week after week. Week after week, we get secluded into our little caves and we act like bears. Don't even want to show our face because I'm so comfortable. I'm so comfortable right here. It's going to be inconvenient. It might be, man, I love getting out, get dressed up and wrap up and get out in the cold and just, especially if I'm getting out for a good reason, I'm going to get to hang out with Preston and Liddy and get to hang out with Lil Boo and get to hang out with Mary, get to hang out with Minnie and Felicia. If it ain't nothing but us. Life. Here we are again with life. Life. And then we're not even lively. Can't even laugh anymore. 2024, that's got to change. Well, let's put it this way. 2024, let's change that. Everybody that's willing. Everybody that's willing. Ain't gonna be no love loss if you're not willing, but it's just, hey, at least all of us that are turned on to this life, let's be lively. Let's have some life. Let's do some things. Let's go some places. Let's hang out. Let's get to see one another every now and then like it, enjoy it, appreciate it. Or if you're going to stay stuck in your little human sense world, you're going to be bitter, you're going to be upset with somebody, and you're going to have too many conversations behind people's backs, which is your biggest enemy. Your conversation, not the conversation you had with somebody else, but the conversation you had with you. Your criticism and your backbiting and your opinions and your preferences and your way of doing things and how you would have done it and what you should have done and what they should have done. That you crippling yourself. Your biggest enemy is not the people next door. Your biggest enemy is sitting at the breakfast table right along with you. And it's not your spouse. But probably is your spouse. But not the one that we normally consider as spouse. It's not the other person. It's you. But here you are with one thing to give, and that's you. Don't find yourself in 2024 not willing to give you because you don't even like you. Get a you that you like. Get a hold of this you that is fruit filled, that is, if not fruit filled, with a few fruit, working on getting some more. Let's bring to the table a whole different menu, a whole different look, a whole different attitude, not for somebody else, but for you. You can't even give yourself because you don't appreciate yourself and you don't even see yourself with the right attitude because you're disappointed in yourself. Won't even admit it, but you're so disappointed in yourself. And the thing about it, it done got so bad. Yeah, it's a real serious job just breaking away from yourself, your human sense self. Because you look, if you continue with your human sense self, you're gonna die with your human sense self, and that's gonna be the sum total of what you're all about. That's gonna be it. That's where we're headed. People, look, 1 million people didn't live to see this day, didn't wake up this morning, and here we are alive. What am I gonna do with it? Another opportunity to give the real me, to give myself. If you don't appreciate, if you don't like yourself as he is or as she is today, 2024, you're gonna appreciate, you're gonna love your new you. Because that's the only thing we're gonna be working on. We're gonna work on a process to an end, a process which is a means to an end. We're going to get this thing right, those that want to put in the work. You don't want to put in the work, no love is lost. But we've got to give you a bigger picture of what you should be doing. And at least make you aware of why you're here. The life that you are is not just a life just to be. Especially be of no development. Life, this piece of life is a perfect life. May not be all that it's supposed to be at this point, but it is perfect. It is complete. But you got to make yourself available for more of it. It ain't like you're making life. Life is already ready for you. Life has its own message, its own mission. Life is ready for you. But are you making yourself available for more of it? For more of it? There's some things that you're going to be able to do that's going to shock you if you just make yourself available for life on another level. But you got to make yourself available. And one of the key things is you got to have to manage you. You're going to have to consider those fruits on a daily basis, making sure that people are getting the real fruit from you. All right, here's Felicia. I'm out. Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless you. Get excited about our Sunday service that's coming up. Invite somebody. Come with the proper attitude. Come to give yourself, to give the fruit that you are. Even if you got to force it, got to start somewhere. Force it. Do something that you wouldn't normally do. Press past what you really want to do. Press past and do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Here's Felicia. God bless you. Oh, man. Life. I'm alive. You are alive. Another day. We are alive. Do something lively. Amen. 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 Here's Felicia.